So what is distributed testing? We know, right? Just now, maybe 2 days back, we discussed about that from a single system, how much user load we can put, right? Correct. So it all depends on the heap and many factor we discuss. So assume that, suppose, right? Suppose from a single system you can put a load up to 2000 maximum. Suppose it's not see, it's not a specific answer. I'm again saying that take it as an example. For a scenario you are going to run, you have to test and you have to check how much is your heap size, how much complex the scenario is. That all thing you have to take care, and then you can come to a value that this much lump sum I can generate, right? So take an example that you have a system and you have a script for that. You can maximum you can generate 2k users, 2k users. Now let us say we have a requirement to run 8k, or let us say we have requirement to run 10k users. That means generate 10k load and put that on the application. So how we can do that, right? Because we can only run up to we can only generate and run up to 2000 users from a single machine, right? So at that time this distributed testing comes in picture, distributed load testing, or this is also known as remote testing. So at that time what we have to do is we have to bring in some extra machine. Let us say if you can generate from one machine 2k, so similar kind of machine you have to bring. How many you have to bring? You have to bring 4 machines, right? Total 4. And from each it will each one will generate 2k, so total 8k. Or if you bring 5 machine, total 10k user load you can put on the server, right? That is what distributed. Now here we'll understand how the connection is made and how they are putting the load, correct? So what is that? It is distributing the user load by controller machine to different load generator machines so that all can put a simultaneous load on the server, right? In JMeter distributed load testing, the controller machine is known as master. Okay, one machine will act as a master, remember, and rest of the machine load injector LG machines are known as slaves. So this setup is also known as master slave concept. In interview, if anyone asks, tell him, yeah, master slave means distributed testing only. Okay. Now the machine on which JMeter will be running, that is known as controller or master machine. Fine. And on all those machines on which JMeter server file will be running, those all will be slaves. Correct, all will be slaves. We can make any machine as master. There is no such rule. You can make any machine as a master or any machine as a slave. Basically, all these are in technical form, all they are known as load generators. This load generator, this load generator, load generator, load generator, correct? But here in JMeter, they have made this as a slave and this as a master. Means one machine will be acting as a master, others will act as a slave. On slave machine, there is no need to run the JMeter. Okay, only the JMeter server file should be running. That is what in bin directory we have a JMeter server file. Okay? This one server.bat. So this should be running on the slaves, right? JMeter should be not. JMeter, like this is known as full-fledged JMeter. This will be only running in the master machine, whichever you want. You can make as a master. On that, the JMeter must be running, and on the slaves, that file server file should be running. So on which you are running the JMeter will act as a master machine, and on which you are running the JMeter file will act as a slaves, right? They will all act as a slaves. Why it is needed, we already know, right? If you have to generate a number of users, because from one machine some limitation will always come, maximum how much you can run. Let us say 2000. If you have a very high power machine, 5000, 10,000, but not more than that, right? Then we have to do this distributed setup. So this is the sample architecture, right? Sample architecture. You can see this is a master. It's controlling all the slaves. So total 4 machines are there, and all are putting the load on the server. So how much number of user you set? Let us say here you set 1k users, 1000. So each one will put 1k, right? 1k, 1k. So total how much load will be coming to the server? Total 4k, right? 4k. Let us say if this machine has a capability to generate up to 2k, so we will give here 2k. Each one will run 2k, right? 2k. So how much total will come here? 8k, right? 8k load will come on the server. Now what are the prerequisites? So prerequisites to do the setup. First thing is Master and slave machines should be on same network or on some same subnet. Okay, they must be able to communicate with each other. This can be tested using a command like ping command or telnet command. So they must be on same network, or that is on same subnet. Now what is this subnetting? That we have to understand. See, IP address is always divided into 4 parts. Any IP address. Okay, anything you take, 4 parts. Now in subnetting, the 3 part will always remain same. The fourth part will change. So here, for an example, you can see this is same. Here 192.168.1.0, 192.168.0 is same. The fourth part, year 1, year 12, year 11, year 10, they are changing. This happens in office. Okay, where the main line will come from this. If you think from a network basis, how it will work. See, main broadband will come from outside, and then it comes to our office. That is routed. Routers are there, right? You'll see big servers room will be there where big routers are there. From that, each cable will go to each person workstation, right? So main IP address remains same. That is what public IP address. When it comes to the inside our workstation, if you check with your colleague, always you see that first 3 part will be same. Only the last part will change for you, your colleague, right? For every person, this happens. This is what the work of router and subnetting. So very important rule that this should be on same subnet. Otherwise, this cannot happen. Very important prerequisite. Okay. You can do that on AWS setup also. Nowadays, AWS, many people are using AWS VMs, right? So there also this is very easy to achieve because we can create a machine which have same IP address. Okay, same subnetting IP address. Okay, so that is the prerequisite. So you can check this in your office with your colleagues' machines. Now another important prerequisite: same Java version must be installed on master and on slave. Okay, remember, same Java version on all the slaves machine that you are going to use and master. Here, see, nothing, slave is nothing. Okay, simply using 2 or 3 laptops or 2 or 3 machines, means 2 or 3 PC. You can use your laptop, your friend's laptop, right? Just we have to make a combination, that what we are talking about, right? And in that, one laptop will act as a master, another laptop will act as a slave. Very simple. Okay, nothing. Slave machine means nothing such special. No, 4 5 laptop you can combine. One laptop will be acting as a master because it will control, and other laptops will be acting as a slave. That's it. And we are doing the setup, how we can do the setup, right? So on each we have first that each should be on same subnet. Then same Java version should be installed on each machines with all the Java setting we have done, right? You remember JDK setup and Java environment setup, all thing we have to do. So this, see, all these cores are interdependent on each other, right? You have to remember everything everywhere. Then same JMeter should be used, okay, on same on all the machines. Same JMeter you have to install, you have to download. You have to disable any antivirus or any firewall will be there. You have to disable, right? That also you can do. So let us say in Windows, how to disable firewall, I'll show you. If you go in the startup and control panel, if you search here, little Windows Defender firewall will come. Yeah. Okay, you can search for Windows firewall. Windows firewall. So this link will come. You can just click, right? So here you can make it turn. You can click on this setting and make the firewall off. Currently, my antivirus is uh, controlling my firewall, so I have to make my antivirus off. Okay, I have antivirus, so that should be disabled. You can make it off. Then application under test must be accessible from master and slave. Means the application on which you are going to put the load, it should be accessible from all the slave laptops, right, and master laptops. Fine. Then increase the heap setting for all master and slave according to their configuration. If it will be good if all machine have same hardware configuration, so that all can be utilized to their maximum capacity. Hence, all can generate same maximum user load on the server. Fine. It means that suppose this system has 16 GB of RAM, right? And out of that, you have given 8 GB as a heap to JMeter. This system is having 8 GB of RAM, and you have given 4 GB uh, as a heap to the JMeter. Now think here. Suppose you have calculated that using 8 GB of RAM, I can generate 2K user. Suppose, but yeah, maybe if a scenario is small, not very complex, you can generate, right? 2K you can generate. That you have tested on this system where you have given 8 GB as a heap. Now you are commanding this machine also to generate 2K, but it has a less heap. So will generate? No, it will throw out of memory. So it's better that every machine should have same configuration so that same heap you can assign to all of them. Right? Heap is important here. Heap size. Okay, that is important. It's not mandatory to use master machine as a LG, right? We can have dedicated slave machine with same configuration. So you can have, let us say, master machine. It's not necessary means it's not necessary that you can utilize master machine to put the load. No, you can just act master machine, or you can just make master machine as a controller, and you can have 2 powerful or 3 powerful LGs, right? Powerful with powerful configuration. That also you can do. Okay, we can have. Mm, okay, after that, this setting, okay, this I'll check. This we'll see. For now, let it be. All right, this line. Then come to this topic, this point. Any changes in any changes, right? Like any changes like response time in second setting, or plugin installed in master JMeter, or changed property lines in master JMeter user.properties file must be applied same to same on all slave JMeter and in its files, right? And in their files. Fine. So suppose we have done some changes, correct? On master. Till now we are doing everything on master. So we have done some changes, right, in user.properties file. Some line changes we have done. We have done one change for run this response time in seconds, correct? That dashboard fmkr file, in that we have changed. So all these thing should be done on the slave jmeter also, correct? And in their files. Plus, if you have any plugins, correct? Let us say currently in the script that we are using, there is no plugin. Fine. But if you are using any plugin, okay, this is March batch, right? Yeah. Suppose this is the script that we have prepared for an example. Let us take for product booking, correct? So here we are not using any plugin element. We have used few plugin like dummy sampler that we used while enhancement, but in this final script we have deleted them, correct? Now let us say if you are using any plugin, if you are using, okay, in your script, remember here we are not using, but remember, okay, these are important points. Same should be installed on the JMeters, right? On the slave JMeter also, correct? Because we have to keep JMeter on slave also, right? If you see same Java version, same JMeter version must be used on all master and slave. So any changes, let us say you have done on master, you have to remember, like suppose we have done changes for getting the response time in second, then a plugin we have not installed. We have installed, but we are not using for this script. Then yeah, we have done changes in the property line on master JMeter, right? So all those should reflect, all those we should, all must be applied same to same on all slave JMeter and in their files, correct? Now plugin, it doesn't mean that let us say it doesn't mean that or master, if you have used the if you have installed the plugin, so you have to install on slave also. No, only thing is that in the script, if you are using any plugin element, okay, any plugin element, then you have to install in slave JMeter also. Here we have installed so many plugin right till now, but in this script we are using none, so it will not impact, correct, it will not impact. But if you are using any plugin in the script, that plugin, same plugin should be installed on the slaves also. Setting or plugins used, plugin used in script, any changes in like response time in seconds, setting, or plugin used in script, plugins used in script, just a second. Or plugins used in script. Or on master JMeter, right? Script on master JMeter, or changed property lines in master JMeter user.properties file must be applied and installed. Okay, must be applied and installed same to same on all slaves JMeter. Okay, fine. That we have to take care. It's not remember this line. It's not necessary that you have to install the plugin only. If you are using any plugin in the script that you are going to run, okay, then you have to install. Currently, we are not using any plugin in this script. In this JMeter, plugins are there. It's not like that plugins are not there. If you see here, plugins are there, but we are using no plugin in this script, right? So not required on the slaves. There is no need. But if you are using any plugin in the script, you have to install those plugin on all the slaves JMeter. Okay, plus other setting that we have done, like in user.properties file, we have changed few lines. That also we have to do apply same to same on the all slaves JMeter. Runtime response time setting, response time in second setting, all these things, right? Whatever we have done, basically the important one should be done on all slaves JMeter. Okay, so like a few important line, edit this user.properties file. So that's why that is now you are getting the idea why we change in user.properties file, because let us say these are my best practices changes, right? Simply I can copy them and I can put them in the user.properties file of all the slaves, right? So it will be very easy to copy, right? And that's why we make the changes here and not in the JMeter properties file, right? Because it's easy to carry them. It is easy to carry them. So here everything are not important. These things are not important only. Others are important. Correct. So what are the important? I have uploaded that on Google Drive also, and we have discussed also which are optional, which are not means which are optional or not important, and which are important. Correct. So that you can decide, or you can have a look from user.properties file on Google Drive. These are not important. This is not important. Like that, few things are not important. Now, after doing this, what we have to do is uh, all slave machine IP addresses must be entered in master machine user.properties file. If master machine is also being used as LG, then its IP address must also be entered in that user.properties file. Correct. So currently I have one slave. Just to show you, I have this slave machine. This is installed in virtualized mode, correct, using a VMware, right? So I'll be using this as a slave. Correct. So first we will get the IP address of this machine. So let us say I, CMD and IP config. Okay. So here we are getting the IP address, right? Now what we have to do in user.properties file of master, here we have to add, if you see in user.properties file, if you scroll little up, you will see this column, distributed testing configuration column. The settings are there for distributed testing only. Here we have to add one line and then enter that IP address. So from where we'll bring that line? From JMeter.properties file. So right click, edit with notepad. In this is JMeter.properties file. Here try to search localhost something. Yeah, localhost, directly search. Type your localhost, and it will directly take us to here, remote host and RMI configuration. So here this line is there, right? It's in this line. Simply copy this line and put it in user.properties file. You can put it anywhere. You can put it here also, but will not put it here. We have a special column for distributed testing. So somewhere here I'll put, right? Or on top here, I'll put, correct, like this. Now, what we have to do is here, if you see here, this is the dummy IP address they have given, correct? Localhost. Now we have to replace this with the IP addresses of the machine. And if you see here, if you go to this run and this run here, this run, and if you see here remote start, this the dummy 127.0.1 is getting reflected here, right? Getting reflected. Now remember, whenever we'll be using distributed testing, we'll not be using this run button. We'll be using this run button and the available options in that, right? Available options in that we'll be using. Basically from here, from the remote, this all will be using. This is the shortcut for this run, this start. Will not be using that. We'll be using all this from here to here. Okay. Now what we have to do is, so let me copy the IP address of the machine. So I'll copy this and I'll put it here. Instead of this value, I'll paste it simply. If you have more machine, let us say, so similarly you can add like this, 127, 129, like that you can keep on adding. 30, correct? Let us say that many, how many you have. So separated by comma, here 1 comma, then 2 comma, 3 comma, like that you can keep on adding the IP addresses for that many machine you want to use in as a DT, means you want to use in distributed testing, correct? So here the for our example, this one is real, these are like false I have entered just for understanding purpose, and they should be separated by comma, correct, comma. Now this is done. Now what we have to do is we have to make a change. Okay, so this is done. Now what we have to do is, now we have to make a communication happen between master and slave JMeters, right? Master and slave JMeters. So there are two ways of making this communication happen. One is non-secure way, one is secure way. This is the best and good way, right? A preferred way, you can say, right? Preferred way. Okay, preferred way. In this, what we have to do, very simple. We have to enable this line on master and all slaves JMeter user.properties file, correct? So if you see in the same heading called distributed testing, just come down and here last line will be there. You see, server RMI SSL disable. By default, it's false. We have to first uncomment it and make it as a true. Make it as a true. So I've uncommented and make it as a GRU true. True. Fine. And then save. Correct. Save. Save this file. Now same thing we have to do on all the slave. You have to make this line, first you have to uncomment this line and make it true on all the slaves, correct? So we'll go to the slave. So this done. We'll go to bin directory. Just yeah, user.properties file. I'll go to user.properties file and I'll open that, edit. So here this line is by default this line will be disabled only, right? So in this user.properties file, same heading will get, everything is same, right? Same JMeter, so same heading in user.properties file. Here no need to give the IP addresses, no, that we should only give one master. Here just we have to enable this line. You have to uncomment it and make it true, right? So uncomment this line like how we have just done on master, and make this as a true, and then save it, correct? Save it. Other changes if you see I have done here, right? See these changes of line that we have done, I've simply copy pasted from here, and same I have pasted over there, okay? Where it went here, if you see, like, right? So this thing we have to remember. Any change in the property line, or any plugin used in the script that you are going to run, or any this setting, like settings like this, like getting the response time in second, all things should be applied and installed same to same on all slave JMeter. Okay, so these are the changes for lines, property line that we have done on master. So I've just copied them and put them in slave user.properties file. Okay, now what we have to do is, after that you can minimize this and run JMeter server file here, JMeter server.bat file. In the bin directory you'll find JMeter server.bat file. Okay, uh, that you run on all the slaves. So just double click and it will open. See, this look little bit small. Okay, anyhow somehow please manage. So once you click on JMeter server file, this message will come, and then here one more message will come. Okay, yeah, it came. If you see what is it writing, created remote object, right? And something it has written on this IP address, and something it has written. Now means it's ready. It's ready. Okay. So remember, on this server, we have to just run JMeter server file. On the on the slave machine, we have to just run the JMeter server file, and on master we have to run the JMeter. Okay, the JMeter. Plus, if you want master to also put the load, then also on master also we have to run this. So that I'll show later on. Currently, we are just setting up the things. Correct. So it's done. This server file is running, right? And this message came, created remote object, and now we can activate. We can run a test. Before that, we have to restart this JMeter because I have done some changes in user.properties file of master, right? Master. So we have to restart the JMeter. So let me restart. Okay. Now, as I said, uh, so let us say we'll go to run, and if you see now in remote start, those IP addresses are reflecting, which we have feeded or entered in the master user dot properties here, right? If you see, those are reflecting, right? Here in run and remote start. Now you can use any one if you wish, so just click on that one, or if you want to use all, then click on remote start all. Correct. Currently I'm going to use only one. So before that, what I'll do, let me set the number of user. Suppose here I'll set the number of user to 5. 5. And view result tree I have enabled just to show you. But if you are doing load testing from non-GA mode, we know that we have to disable uh, correct? We have to disable the view result tree or any other listener, plus any irrelevant element that you are using in the script that you are not using, delete that. Why we have to delete? The size of the JMX file will become small. It is important. I'll tell you how it's important. Currently, if you see, it's a 163 KB. When we were working on the same product booking scenario, it was 729. And when we did the final finishing of this script, it really got reduced, right? Still, some elements I am using which I will not be needing, like this aggregate report, view result in table. This suppose I will not be needing, so I can delete them, right? Yeah, for now we can delete if you are not needing them. If you are needing, again you can add them, not an issue. So let us say I do not need, so I can delete them. And again, size something, some decrease will be there in the size. See, it was 163, now it become 157 KB, right? Why to do so? We have discussed this, right? Now in distributed testing, this lesser the size, it helps in JMeter in more good way, right? More good way. So how it is helping, I'll tell you now. What I'll do, I'll just activate that one of the machine because I have only one. So I'll just go to remote and do this. uh, I'll just click on this. Okay, 128, the IP address 128. Now you see it is trying to connect. It will hang for a while because they are in virtualized environment, so it will hang. But yeah, it will work. It will work. Just we will see. Let me come here. Yeah, see here message came starting the test, right? Means it received the command. And here you see now test has started, and it will show the users also slowly. Let me press enter button here. Finished. Oh, okay, just a second. The CSV, I'll come to that. Okay, for now I'm just disabling the CSV. Okay, we'll see that. Test didn't run. You see it just started and it just finished very fast, and we didn't get anything over here, and here nothing. It didn't show any number of user. Okay, what was the cause? This CSV was caused. We'll discuss this, right? We'll discuss this. For now I have disabled that. Correct, I have disabled that, and again I will run. So I'll save, and again I will go to run and click on that IP address. So again it is trying to communicate, and you see here one message will come. Sometimes this console hangs, so keep pressing the enter button. Correct, keep pressing the enter button. Now this message came starting the test. Now this JMX, this slave has been activated, and you see how much it's running. 5 by 0. 5 by 0. Here some they are failing. I think we have enabled this result status section handler element. Okay, so all users are getting stopped because login has failed. Login has failed, not an issue. I have disabled that. Okay, I have disabled this element. Will run. Let the login fail. Will not stop the user. What happened here? 5 user it has ran. In login, it has failed, obviously, because test data we are not passing. Okay, so all users are stopped, right? So for now, what I have done is I have disabled that element and will run again. Let it fail, but it should run. Okay, it should run. Go to run again. Do this. Click on this. Okay, it's saying engine is PG. We'll go here and just press here enter button. So this finished message came right now. This engine is available. Engine means that machine. Now again we'll go and click here and come here. Again here some message will come here starting the test. Correct. Now what has happened? Now come here. You see all 5 users has ramped up 5/0. It's showing. In distributed testing, this value will come as a 0. Okay, it's a bug. It's a bug. We know this value, right? This value shows a total number of user. If we run it normally, this value shows total number of user and here ramping up user, right? So if I am running for 5 by user, so it will show 5/5. But in distributed testing, this will be shown as 0. Okay, it's a bug, not an issue. Now they are running. Here some problem in sync of the result, but result is coming. Okay, because my setup is not proper. They are in virtualized environment. They are not on same subnet. Okay, so somehow I have managed to show you the demo, right? So but it's running and result are coming also. Once here you can see timer has been started and it's running for 5 user. So what has been done here? So come here. uh, Currently I'm just using one of the I have only one slave. Correct. So what I did, from the master, I'm running JMeter on master, and from that I just commanded that slave by clicking on that you run. Okay, you run. Now what is happening is JMeter transfer the JMX file over the network. Correct, over the network to that slave. That's why I talked about the size of the file. If you keep as small as possible, JMX file size, it's easy to JMeter. It is easy for JMeter to transfer it over the slaves to the network. If you have more slave, it will transfer to all the slaves, right? Now, those slaves are running uh, that server on the slave are running that JMX individually. So currently I have only one server, so that is running that JMX. And on that JMX, how many number of user I have set? 5, right? If you see here, how many number of user I have set? 5 users here. 5 user, correct? So that's why it's working for uh, it's running for 5 user, right? Because we have set 5 user and this server slave is the server on the slave is running that JMX and it's running for 5 user, and hence we can see here 5/0, right? 5/0, and they are running. And currently see now results are coming, right? Some sync problem is there, but result will come. See, results are coming. And in return, right, in return the slave is sending result back to the master. It's sending result back to the master. Okay, this is what will happen. Now you'll ask me if we have done only one, so I'll now use master also, and I'll show you. So let me stop, go to run and click on remote stop all. Remote stop that IP address, or you can do remote stop all. So all will be stopped, right? Stop. So uh, here it decreased. Now it's 0/0, and here obviously we must have got finished the test. Yeah. Sometimes it hangs, right? This console always hang. Remember, this console always hangs many times. So we have to keep pressing enter button. Okay, on the console. So it's saying finish the test. Now what we will do, I'll use my master also because I do not have more slave to show. So I'll use my master also in the DT. That my master will also put the load, and I have one slave. He will also put the load. Correct. So I'll get two LGs, right? Two LGs. One is my master itself, and one is my we have a server. So if you want the master also to put the load and the server also, then we have to run the JMeter server file on the master machine also. So go to the bin directory and you see this file called JMeter server.bat file. This is for Windows and this is for Mac OS. Okay, Mac OS. This is for Mac OS. So double click, and obviously here also the server will be running. And here this message, this is default message, it always comes. And then one more message will come called created remote object. So we have to wait for that, or just press the enter button. Yeah, just press the enter button because this console hangs. Many time I'm repeating. Okay, these are few tricks we have to remember. This hangs, so we have to press the enter button. Now this message came, created remote object, right? And this is the IP address of my master machine. So I'll copy that. We have to put the master machine IP address, right? See, if master machine is also being used as LG, then its IP addresses, master machine IP address must also be entered in the user.properties file. So this is the IP address of my master. Okay, either you can copy from here or you can do IP config, anything you can do. Copy and let us put in user.properties file here. I'll remove the other IP because they are dummy, right? They are dummy. So I'll remove this and I have given master. So now I have two LGs, right? L2 LG. One is the slave and one is master. So both IP addresses I have given here. Okay. And if you see, they are not in proper subnet, as I told you. Only the two parts are same. These two parts are different, right? But in subnetting, what I told, these three part must be same. Only the last part will be differ. Here to show you, I have done this. Somehow I am managing to show, but whatever I am showing, this same works in real time. Okay, nothing. In same thing you have to do with your colleagues and system in your office. Okay, because they will be on same subnet. Nothing is special. Or if you are using two AWS virtual machines, same there also same thing will apply. Now we have two machines, right? And I have to restart my JMeter, this JMeter. Why? Because we have done some changes in user.properties file. So we have to restart this. Okay, now this view result tree, since I'm running in GUI mode, to show you I have enabled, right? If for more number of users, we have to disable, right? Or we can run from non-GUI. So I'll tell you from non-GUI also how we can run. Now what we will do, let me minimize this. Now we have two. I'll go to run, and how many user I've set here? 5, right? You see 5 users. Loop count I have given 20 so that they will not stop fast. We can understand the things. And go to run and go to remote start all. Now you see only two IP addresses showing here, remote start and 128 and my master IP address, right? And on master also this server is running, JMeter server, and on slave also the JMeter is running. What additionally happening on the master? On master the main JMeter is also running, the main JMeter file. This is the main JMeter, right? So if you are running using, if you want to use master also to as a load generator to put the load, then on master you have to put the IP address of master in user.properties file of master only, and on master also that JMeter server file should be running, right? And now in run, if you see both IP address it is showing. Now what I'll do, I'll click on remote start all. So when I do remote start all, it will activate both the IP addresses. Click here, and you see here, here message will come starting the test. It will take some time, and it will come. That is the issue. I'm just how managing, right? They are not in proper subnet. Plus they are in virtualized, so communication will create some issue. Yeah, here came starting the test on slave, right? Let us see on master. Yeah, here also came now. Fine. So now both has started. Okay. Now both are running. So what is happening here? If you go to the diagram, now JMX, the JMeter, master JMeter on master also the server file is running, and it has sent the JMX over the network to the slave also, and on slave also server is running. So slave is also executing that JMX file, and master is also executing that JMX file, and each one is putting how much load. I have given 5 user, so master also putting 5 user load, and slave also putting 5 user load, 5 user load. So total how many load will be coming here? 10, correct? 10. So you come here and see 10 by 0. How much it's showing? 10 by 0. But here only 5, right? But now two machines are running. So 5 into 2, 10 users. So each one is running for 5 users. And okay. And only thing is that both, or let us say you have so many slaves, not an issue. All are just sending the result back to the master. Back to the master. Here I have only one slave, so it's sending back to the master. But total, how much we are running, right? 10, right? So here you can say 10 thing will be reflecting. Uh, 6 home page launch here, and below somewhere it will be there. Here, home page launch. Okay. So somehow it's running 10. You can see here 10 by 0. It's showing also 10 by 0. This in distributed testing, this 0 will be there. Okay, this is a bug. Fine. And do not focus on this play, because in distributed testing this play button is not used. And this test is running because we have given for 20 loops, so they are running. Now if you want to save the result in JTL, so as usual, in test plan add the that listener, right? Which listener? The simple data writer, give the file here and save the result. So it will save for all the 10 users from both the machines, right? So this is how we can do from non-GUI, from GUI mode. Now let me stop. So I'll go to run and I'll do remote stop all. I'll see it quickly, it becomes 0 by 0. And here we must have received finish command here also, and here also finished command. Fine, very easy. Next is now how to do it from non-GUI mode, correct? Before we go and do in non-GUI mode, as I told you, suppose if I just press this play button, so only this master will be activated. Means this standalone, you can say. Only this master JMeter as a standalone will be activated, and it will be putting a load for 5 users. It has nothing to do with DT, distributed testing will not start. So you see it's showing 5 by 5. 5 by 5. Below value is coming, right? So in normal, whenever you run, below value will come. Below value will come. When you run via DT, below value will be 0. So currently this standalone is running, nothing here. If you see the server on the server, JMeter server on master, nothing, no command here, right? Even I'm pressing enter button, nothing is coming. Or here also, no command, no starting command, right? Because the standalone it is running, standalone, right? That is the difference. And if you have to run through distributed, then we have to use this run button and these options, correct? These options, fine. Now we'll go through non-GUI mode. So for non-GUI mode, let me disable these listeners, right? Why I'll be using it when I have to execute from non-GUI mode. So I'll save this JMX, and you can close the JMeter also if you wish. Yeah, let me close. We'll go to the, we'll copy the path, go to security, copy its full path. Now open the non-GUI command prompt, right? CMD. So as you, everything will remain same. Here it's pointing on the bin directory. What we type here normally, JMeter dash n dash t JMX file. Then to store the result, dash l and JTL file, right? JTL file something. I'll give product booking dt.jtl. Okay, so up to this generally we have learned right now, just a few days back only, that up to this we will be running. So when up to this you will be running, then what will happen? Only this JMeter will as a standalone, the JMeter will be running and putting the user load, right? DT will not start. To start the DT, what we have to do is we have to add one R dash R at the end. Okay, small r dash r. Fine. So here after .jtl, I'll give dash r and then I'll press the enter button. And you'll see now it will try to communicate with both the servers, one on master only and one on the slave. And starting the test message will come, and here also starting the test message is coming. It hangs, so keep pressing the enter button. And here you see how the message has changed. Creating summarizer, configuring the remote engine and configuring the remote engine. And here it's saying starting distributed test with remote engines. We have two engines. Using that, it is starting the distributed test. And total, it will be running for how many users? 10 users. Okay, 10 users. 5 from each. So currently it's showing 5. The result will come. And the sync problem is there. Sync problem. But like this only, we can run from non-GUI mode also. Okay. Yeah, see, it coming slowly. 10 users, right? Now 10 users, 5 from each. And we must have got a GTL file also. See, product booking.jtl. I've saved in the same location. So here, product booking.jtl. Correct. So the result will be stored. Later on, when test finishes, from this we can generate the HTML report. Right? So all concept remains same. Right, like that. If you want to stop it, if you have to stop this test, then either you can press Control C, or you can run the stop test command in the bin directory of master. Stop test or shutdown test, anything you can do. Right? Let me run this shutdown command. So you see it's receiving shutdown, and slowly it will stop them. So finish the test. Right? Finish the test. Correct. So this is what distributed testing. Here we'll get a message called finished on this server, and here also finished. Right? Very easy. Nothing special.
Yeah, Kumar, one question here. Yeah, say in some company like if there is a dynamic IP inside.
No, then it will not work. You have to give a
It will
static
not
IP.
work, right?
No.
Okay. So we cannot
And that
run
too,
with the
those IPs. Pardon?
host name like with the host name like can we run?
With what?
Host name, computer name.
Host IP I given. No?
No, not IP. Host name. For a
No, it
computer
will
like
only
we'll
take
be giving.
No. It will
Okay.
only take IP.
Okay.
Only number it will take, integers.
Okay.
Or you can try. I cannot comment, but I think it will not take.
Okay.
Okay. Now, yeah. So this is what DAS are, right? In the last, you have to give DASA, and both we have two IP addresses. Both will be activated. It will try to communicate with them. It will try to transfer the JMX, and it will try to run the users. Correct. So in the same way, how many number of users? Let us say in JMX, if you set 1,000 users, so each one will be running 1,000, 1,000. So total, how much load will be getting? 2,000, right? Same way, let us say if you set 2,000 on in the JMX, so each one will be putting 2K, 2K. So how much load will be getting total on the server? 4K. If you have more slaves, so like that you can multiply. Correct? Multiply. Now there is one big R also. Big R helps in starting only few IP addresses. Suppose let us say in your user.properties file, we have 5 slabs, right? And you have given here 5 IP addresses for an example. Just dummy only, you think, right? Something here, correct? And if you give dash and a small r, then what will happen? Dash and a small r, if you give in the end of the command that we are writing, so it will try to communicate with all the IP addresses, and it will activate all the machines, and they all will be putting the load. Now let us say, suppose you are running for a smaller user, and you do not need all, you just need first two or these two. So either you can do what? Either you can remove the additional 2 IP addresses from user.properties file and give -r command. Okay. So only since 2 are left, so it will activate only 2. Or you can use big R, and after that you can give those IP addresses which you need. So only those will be activated, not all will be activated. Like here, see. This is the command JMeter -n -t, JMX file -l JTL file, and after that here instead of a small r you give big R and a space, and just give only those IP addresses which you need. Suppose I need only these two. So I'll copy them and I'll put them. So what will happen? I have 4 IP addresses in my user.properties, but only 2 will be activated and distributed testing will happen only using 2, right? Only using 2. But if you use minus r, a small r, then all IP addresses will be activated. Okay, that is the only difference. Or better, you can remove the additional IP address. You can remove it down and comment it. And if you use minus r, so only 2. If it has 2, it will only 2 will be activated, right? So this is what, very simple, nothing special. Now let me delete this. So this is how we can do from GUI mode and non-GUI mode and save the result. Let's save the results. Now let us talk about, so one more way is there. I'll talk about this later on. Let us talk about some limitations. See, JMeter on master machine only transfer the JMX file to the slave, correct? It does not transfer the data file to the slave. Okay, test data file. And hence, but in load runner transfer both view gen file and test data file to the LG, means to the slave, right? To all the LG. But JMeter do not transfer. So that's why in very beginning, if you remember, when I run the test, it didn't rain, right? And I told you that I disabled the test data, that CSV config element, right, in the script. Okay, so let me open it again. So in very beginning when we executed, remember, test didn't run. It started and it immediately failed. Here, right? It started and immediately failed. And after that, what I did, I disabled the CSV config element, and I told that we will come back to this point. What happened? Okay, so think here. See, JMeter only transfer the JMX file to the slips, not the test data. Now, when that JMX file came here on my slave here, fine, slave, it's running, it's trying to run. But since it requires the test data, where is the test data? Correct? On this machine, where is test data? It's not there. And JMX, the master machine in the JMeter do not transfer the test data to the slave. So obviously, let us say when this script will come, and let us say I have enabled this CSV dataset config, it will try to find the test data because it needs, right? It needed that. And since it cannot find that, so test was failing. The test was failing. That is the one default drawback of CSV. Yesterday only we talked about. Even if you have given the file name here, if the file name is not present, if the file is not present, it will throw error and it will not allow the test to run. Correct? And that's why I disable it and I ran the test to show you. So what is the solution for this? Because it will not transfer the test data. So we have to manually put the test data on the slave machines. Okay, that is the solution. Otherwise, it will not allow the test to run and it will fail. Right now also, if you try to see activate, uh, let me, what happened? Oh, it's another JMeter. I have so many JMeter here. But I think you people got right what I'm saying. See, I have enabled this CSV, and I'll just go and press the run, and I'll remote start only that engine. Okay, means I just want that engine to be activated and to put the load, and it will send the result to master. So I given here, and command will come, but it will finish immediately also. Why it's not happening? Maybe same data issue, I guess. Let us wait. But you got right my point. In the beginning also the same thing happened, and then I disable and I ran. So when I disable, so test data is not required. So it was running fine, right? Now I have disabled this. So the JMX file went there, but that slave is trying to find where is the test data. Test data he cannot find. So he'll fail. Okay. Uh, Ignore what's not happening now. Or we'll close this. We'll try to execute it again. I think my OS, this OS has hanged actually. Okay, it's not happening here. Because of that, that it's not running. And so nothing is happening. This has hanged. Very like this is virtualized, right? So some issue will be there. Even memory is also less given. I'm trying
Or if
to.
you shut down all the slaves also.
No, that time it will come, but again I have to restart.
Yeah.
Those things will work. Nothing. It will consume the time. Okay, understand. Ignore that. It will happen. Initially, it has happened. Okay. So what will happen? Since we need test data in our test plan, and we have enabled CSV, and the JMX file will go, and the slave machine will try to find the test data. But since test data cannot be transferred, JMeter do not transfer test data, so it will say I cannot find JMeter test data, and test will fail. Okay, and that's why in beginning, if you remember, I have shown you, pointed that thing, that it just started and then immediately finished. Okay, the line came started and immediately it says finished, nothing happened. And then I disabled this, right? And I executed and I have shown you everything. So what is the solution for that? The solution is that we have to put the test data manually. We have to put the test data, right? Must be placed the test data manually on all the slips. Now where you can put the test data, that also we have to take care. Let us say, suppose in your slave, sorry, in your master, test data is at this location. Suppose you are giving a hard means a absolute path, right? Absolute path. Yesterday we covered. So let us say you have given here absolute path, right? It's in D directory. Then I have made this folder, and then this test data is present in over here. So same path you have to create on the slave also, slaves also. Fine. In my slave, I do not have D directory, but if my path is containing D, then I have to have D directory here, and then same folder structure I have to create, and then I have to put that file in that folder structure. Then only this, because the same JMX, understand, the same JMX is going there on that slab and running. So obviously he will try to find that file in the same path, right? Same path. So this same path should be there. Should we must have created there, correct? Otherwise it will not find. So that is one thing we can do in case of absolute, or best is you gave relative. So relative means what? Just give just give up to here only file name with file extension, and put this file where? In the bin directory, correct? Bin directory, very simple. That is very easiest way. So on master also you put the test data file in the bin directory, and in the bin directory you put the test data file on the slaves also. And then what will happen? No problem, right? When the test will start, obviously they will try to find in the bin directory, because of the relative test data will be found and they will start running. Okay, so that is one thing we have to take care. Another thing we have to take care is data, uniqueness of the data. What is that? So understand, let us say I have to run a 4K test. Okay, 4K test. So 4 k user credential I should have in my file, right? Username and password column. Let us say username password only. So 4,000 usernames, 4,000 password will I'll have in the file, the test data file. Now, the same test data, as I said, we have to put in the bin directory on master also, and I have to put in bin directory on the slave also. This test data, let us say I have copied and put, and in the JMX I have set 2k. The number of user is 2k. So master will be running for 2k, and this server slave will also put the load of 2k. So total how many load is coming? 4k. Everything is going fine, not an issue. But here, what is the issue is they will read first 2k data only. Okay, since the test data file you have kept same, means in the bin directory you have kept, that we know. Now in that the 4,000 value, let us say 4,000 value, uh, same 4,000 value are there on master, and same 4,000 value are there in the slave. So yesterday only we looked right how the JMeter reads the test data sequentially and uniquely. So each one will read the only 2,000 from that file. So in that case, what is happening? Data redundancy means this is also reading the first top 2,000 user, and this is also reading the top 2,000 user from the same file. So it's not serving the purpose, right? We need each one, like let us say this machine to use first two, and this machine to use the rest of the 2k, right? Rest of the 2k that we need unique they should have. But in this way, if you are doing same test data, if you are putting, are they uh, utilizing unique? No, right? Master is also using the first 2k, 2,000, top 2,000, and slave is also reading the same 2,000, and same 2,000 data is same, right? Because file is same, so obviously they will read the same 2,000 from the top, from that file. So they are utilizing the same username and password, correct? So what we have to do is keep the file name same. File name should be same. Let us say whatever the file name is there. Suppose jpeg01 testdata.csv, this file name. Create a 2 copy of that same file name, but you have to create 2 copy or 3 copy depending on how many machines you want to use. So create a 2 copy, and here put in 1 copy put unique 2k of data, and in other copy put other set of 2k data. Like that you have to segregate the test data, right? And then you put one in the bin of one machine, and another you put the bin directory of another machine. So now in that way they will be reading unique uh, datas from the CSV. Okay. Next is we cannot control the uh, load from each machine. Means let us say if you think that from master I want to put 1k user load, and slave I want to put 2k user load, that not possible equally. Because what is the concept? The JMX file is transferred, right? And in JMX file, they are running as an individual also. If you think what is happening here, this master is running that JMX, and it's sending that JMX to this machine also. So it's running like individual only. If you think, only difference is that the slaves are sending test result to master. That is what we are getting. Apart from that, they are running as an individual only. You think like that, on two machine you have kept the same JMX and you are running at same time. So individual. So this is also happening here, same thing, right? So since same JMX is transferred on the slave, we cannot control the number of users. Okay, in this method, equally the number of user will be divided. And that's why that's why it's good, or it's a mandatory that all machines must have same hardware configuration, so that we can have same heap, right? Same heap, and each can generate the same maximum user load, right? Maximum user load. And that this thing is a bug, right? The zero, it shows that 10 by 0. So this is a bug. So, yeah, that is one bug here. Now another way of communication is this one. Okay, I do not prefer. I say this is a very good and simple way. So in this way, what we have to do is we have to create a RMI key store file on the master machine, master JMeter. Okay, master machines JMeter, master JMeter. So to do this, first revert this change, what we do, right? Because any one method we have to use. Either you use this one or you use this one. So currently I am going to disable this setting. Okay, so here this line is there. We'll comment it. Commenting is enough. Yeah, commenting is enough, or you can make it false here and save this. Same on the here also. But this machine has hanged actually. Ignore that. Right, just understand in that user.properties file of the slave also. Uh, you have to disable that line, right? Because we have to make this as a default. Understand that we have not made these changes, right? So we are disabling it and making it as default how it was there. Then directly will come here. So in this, what we have to do is we have to create a RMI key store file. So in the bin directory, you see one file will be there called create RMI key store .bat. .sh is for Linux and Mac. .bat is for Windows. So double click that, and this window will come. Here it will ask some input. You just give nothing. So here I'm giving, let us say NA means not applicable simply. Okay, NA. Then it is asking for, are these information correct? Type yes, and then it will ask for a password. So password you give, change it. We'll see here password here. The name, what is password? Password is change it. Okay, or here. This we have to type. Change it in a small letter. So that we have to type over here. Type uh, in good way because we cannot see what we are typing. We should not create any error. So type patiently. Change it. Okay. Then again it will ask to re-enter new password. Give same. Change it. Okay. Change it. Done. Now what will happen? That console will vanish and it will generate a file here. See, RMI keystore.js file. Today's date, today's time, this got created. Now this file we have to move to all the slave. We have to copy and move to all the slaves. This created RMI keystore file must be copied to all the slaves bin directory. Okay, in all slaves bin directory, you have to put, means let us say here in the slave of here I have to put. Okay, and done. And after that, what we have to do is just restart the server. Which server? The JMeter server. JMeter.bat server. That's it. Only difference will be there. In this way, that message will be little bit bigger. Which message? Here one message used to come, right? Created a remote object. It will be little bit big. See here, little bit bigger, right? And when we use this method, at that time it was of one line. And when we are using this method, then it's little bit bigger. Nothing. Okay, all are gimmick only. You use any method. First one is the preferred. Who will create RMI and transfer, right? Very easy to just enable this line, make it true, and start doing. Correct. And what will happen if, right? What will happen if either means you have not done any of this, correct? Neither you are doing this nor you are doing this, means nor you have created RMI. So let me do what? Uh, Let me delete that RMI file, RMI keystore.js file, plus in the user.properties file, this line is also commented, right? So what will happen, right? Why we are doing this? Because that server will not start. So I have deleted that RMI file, plus I have commented this, right? Now I'll go to bin directory and I'll try to that server file. It will throw an error. It's getting started. It will throw an error generally, something. Just let me make it false. Here one error will come, I think. It will start, but here one error will come. Yeah, see, server failed. Okay. When any of these two you do, either you do this one or you do this one. So one success message come, created remote object, right? That will come. But if you do not do any of one of these and you directly start the server, so server will start, but this message will come. Correct. So to fix that, we are using any one of these two methods, right? To have the server file work in better way or in good way, we are doing that. Then these are some error related to that. Correct? If you receive a minor major issue, it means that same Java version is not installed. Connection refused error if you are getting means slave IP address is not responding or not reachable or not able to communicate. This error means the RMI file is not properly configured uh, or not present. Okay, so these are the errors. Some known errors you will receive. Now, alternate way of doing the distributed load testing in JMeter. So see, what happens is this distributed testing is not robust. Okay, not robust in nature. Suppose you are running for a longer duration, let us say 2 hours, 3 hours, or more than that. Many time what happen? They crash. The server file crash. So once it will crash, it will stop sending the result, right? So this some issue will face. For a smaller duration, you can do, but it's on luck also. It's not. I'll say that every time it will fail. It's luck. It can fail. So at that time, what you can do is you can run the test individually. Individually means put the JMX on this machine, on this machine, on this machine, plus segregate the test data, right? Segregate the test data, 4 file you create and put them on the test data also, and just start the test at same time, either in non-GUI mode or a GUI mode. You start at same time. You can take help of any friend and you'll say, okay, just when we'll say start, just press the enter button on non-GUI mode and they will be all same time. So think like that. If all machine running same JMX and putting the same load, means running the same JMX and putting 1K load at same time. So in total also, if you think total 4K load is coming, right? 4K load is coming to the server. Only thing is that in this method, result will not be combined. In the distributed testing, in distributed testing also what is happening? They are running individual only. JMX file is getting transferred by master and test data we have to manually put it. So it's running as a individual only. Only thing what is happening in that method is it's sending the result and result is getting collected on the master from all the machines, right? And that we see like, okay, 4,000 is coming. But actually all are running 1,000 only, right? And in this method, what I say, individually running them separately, but at same time, they're that also running at same time only. But result is not collected. You will get 4 files here, here, 4 different test result file. So that is one limitation. Many people accept this, many people do not accept this. I say, what is the problem, right? You are running at same time only. So what is the issue? Now, how to club that result, right? That is one thing. Okay, let us say you have run in that alternate way and you got 4 GTL from one GTL here, one GTL here, one GTL here, one GTL here, because they ran individually, right? Separately. So yes, we have a very beautiful element. The element name is merge result. It's a listener. Okay, it's a listener, and it is used to combine the GTL, and it's a non-test element, and it's a plugin. So I think we have installed this merge result. I'll go here. Non-test element. No, it's not there. Okay, just install it. Let us go to available plugins. Search for merge. Yeah, it's there. Select it, apply changes and restart. So now if you go to non-test element, that element, this merge result will be there. Right click, add, and here, merge result. Okay. You do not have to do anything here, very simple. This thing you do not need to set, nothing to worry. Just click on this row, and you can have that many row, that many JTL you have. Let us say you have 4 machine, and on each 4 JTL you got, you bring them right locally somewhere, and just give their full path here, right, like that. Suppose I have 1 JTL here, or we have 2 JTLs, suppose, right? Suppose these 2 JTLs, and they came from different machines, right? Let us say we ran from 4 machines, so we got 4 JTL. So you copy the path and just feed them over there. Yeah, that is for 1 JTL. Here you can give for another JTL, like all 4 path you can give, or 4 JTL path you can give, and here you give a output JTL. Okay, something you can give. Let us say combined, or something name you can give, combined, right? And click on merge. I have created some error here. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so assume these are 2 separate files, and click on merge. Oh, this line I think we have to delete. Delete. Now click on merge. Right, so it came here. See. Okay, both. So what will happen now if you open the JTL, or you generate a report from the JTL, you will get 4K only, 4K HTML report, right? So that way you can do. You can get the JTLs and you can merge them, and you can generate the report. So in that report, it will show 4K only. That is what one alternate way also. Okay. So this is about distributed testing. Tomorrow we'll see this. I will not start now. It will take time. So thank you.